Hello, hello, Imaginary Villain here, and it's once again time to get back down to more game dev for Poppet Quest, and my continuing quest to make a Diablo-style game in RPGMaker. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing it either. I'm just doing it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just how it is. The last time, I fixed almost every single problem with the game as far as, the bosses weren't working correctly. Um, the mouse was still having some issues. It still does kind of have some issues. There was a weird issue with the menu system. It was just launching the player at the start of levels. There was a big long list of things I fixed. So um, that leaves just a couple things here, and then it's mostly balancing things, as far as I could tell. I need to make some of the enemies a little more efficient. I mean, balancing also consists of making a move differently too, because it's just something you have to do in action RPGs. But the thing that really needs to happen today is I gotta fix the firewall, and I have to fix the lightning as well. I think the poison the other ones work. I'm going to test all the other ones out, see exactly which ones need to fix. But I'm pretty certain it's just firewall and the lightning ability that don't work. So we'll see. I think for the firewall, I'm going to take the same pool ability I was using and just write one for the player. Oh yeah, I put this in here because of the tutorial I did. I made a little car that goes beep beep. I need to set these tutorials separate so everyone else can see them. I'll probably take the noise out, but I kind of like that it just hits there and hits this car over and over. Makes me laugh. Alright, I changed some of the pictures for purposes of the screenshot for the stream. Alright, so what works and what doesn't? I already know heal works, I know the main ability works. What about, I'm just saying, the other ones here? That works. Didn't damage it, but that one doesn't damage, I don't think. That works. That dealt 3. I'm not sure if I want to keep this little star armor thing or not. It's actually pretty good, but... Oh, I know what I need. Let me add that to the list of things I need. So... Things to add. Gotta make notes or I'll forget. Star armor. Interface. Timer. Alright, and hit me with one of the regular things. Took 5 that time. Okay, so it does work. Oops. Heal the character up. And firewall does not work. Okay. And this one works really poorly. I guess hit him for like 3. Okay, well. Let's see here. Maybe I decided I'd post on Twitter and see if that actually turned into anything of real value, but it probably won't. I think on Twitter, it's, you're not going to get a lot of advertisement that actually merits anything. You need like a 30-second thing to really cover it. And just put that, and then you link to the stream that way, which is what I should do, and I'll probably do next time. Yeah, whatever. This is entirely a giant process of improving each time I do anything. And then making every possible mistake, sometimes repeatedly. Alright, so for the pools here, I tagged these with a name, right? And that's a type there. So up here under firewall, just type equals. Honestly, I should just make the type equal to the actual name. Though there might be some instance where they're not the same, so it's better to have them separate, I guess. Mostly I already set it up, so whatever. And then on page 2, I think the firewalls just need to basically be a pool for all intents and purposes. Except for they're not going to measure distance, they're going to compare. Right? And then I guess I was doing 140 on those. Average view duration confuses me on this particular thing. It says I have 0 viewers at the moment, but the average view duration is 6 minutes and 7 seconds, which is basically almost the time I've been streaming. I do not understand these numbers. It makes no sense. Let's make an if for this, and oh, that explains why firewall wasn't working right there. I was missing that. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put firewall in here anyway. So if it hits the enemy array, that's fine. And then I like doing this inside of the editor here. It's a lot easier. Actually, I can just copy this and just change the number, right? The 189, and then the destroyables weight is 201. And I already have a thing that flips it if it hits that. These don't impact, though. But I guess it doesn't matter if it checks for an impact, because it has no collision. So with no collision, you can run that, it'll just do nothing, and then it goes to these. But right here, it's covering if it hits a map block, it just destroys itself. Is that all I need? NPC1, which means I don't need this. And then the pools just auto set themselves up, so nothing's required there. And then probably want NPC2 on here. I guess I got to give it timing information as well. I don't think I need that, so let's go ahead and ditch all those. I don't need a collider box on this anyway. I also don't need this. Actually, these should actually just copy the pools outright, right? Well, I don't think I was gonna make the player ones different because they are different. So, Sofa's got there. This collects that. Distance travel. I mean, am I using this system? I don't think I am, right? Now I'm going to use it. I'm probably forgetting something of use here, but shouldn't take me that long to fix this problem. Maybe, possibly. The whole car thing is just so silly. What makes the fires just fine, so I didn't break that, but the enemy to show up. I don't care which enemy, just an enemy. That's weird. Alright, so what do I need for this purpose here? Um, so the pools require level damage, time, and cost. I included a type in there, firewall, right? Oh, player spawned. Got that's how it's differentiating between the player and the enemy ones. Probably remove the horn from the car pretty soon here. I thought it was amusing just because I happened to put it just randomly in the right place where it would hit another car without actually knowing, because the other car was just spawned in. And I put it there like a few weeks ago and just didn't have the indicator, and it's just like, oh nope, it stops right at the back of hitting that car. It makes a beep noise. Perfect. So it just stayed. But it doesn't really need to beep all the time. Okay, well, we can safely say that doesn't do anything. Also, I have some console logs in the map builder I don't need anymore. Need the player bubble, that's important. I don't need this console log here. Let's see if it's even hitting all these things or if I'm missing information, which is totally possible. Actually, we'll do 3 there. Let's make certain it goes through all the numbers here. It isn't vanishing, so it's not the lifetime that matters. Actually, oh. Actually, the pools shouldn't flip themselves off, right? They need to just stay. I don't think the pool should even affect that, right? We'll leave them in for now. All right, and then all right, so let me move this over here. Suppose I had to adjust the microphone a little closer to me. All right, it's falling over. Oh no! Loaner microphone is a loaner microphone. It's terrible. All right, looks like it's standing and not about to Jenga over the side there. Let's see where this breaks at. It's got to break somewhere. It breaks from the start. Okay, well, that's good to know. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's put one in here in case. Also, Down the list we go. Where does it break? If this is falling over again, I'm going to have to come up with a better system for this microphone. It is terrible. Terrible indeed. Yeah, I'll turn myself up a little bit too. If it's going to hang out farther away from me, I need to be a little louder, I guess, to make up for it. Got to fix these 2 attacks, then I'm basically ready to just balance. You know, making the enemies a little better, maybe come up with some sort of leveling system, potentially. Embellish some things for fun, I don't know. Make this little area be a little more alive, I don't know. It is just supposed to be a prototype that I'm going to keep changing, so I do want to kind of make it not too fantastic. Because I want it to come out. If Firewall 2 happens, that's where it ends. I don't know what needs the last direction ever. I'm not doing distance traveled anymore. I'm going to put that into there, so this is irrelevant. Technically, the damage is getting set somewhere else anyway, so never mind, I don't even need that. Oh, hey Lee, how's it going? You're pretty much just in time for me to, I don't know, keep breaking this game over and over. I guess I'm fixing it. Am I fixing it? I don't know. I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna make these things work. A couple attacks I'm trying to make work, and I broke them in the first place. They used to work. It was good times. It goes all the way to pool 8. Did you figure out another game to play? I think last time you were going off to play a farm game, farm sim? I don't know which one it was though, but I remember you selling seashells in it. That's pretty much what my goldfish brain remembers. This does... Oh, nice. God, it's been so long since I played a Zelda game. I used to like all the top-down ones. Never really got into playing any of the new ones yet. Not because I don't want to, just because I don't have a Switch, so, you know. Suppose I could have bought one, but instead I upgraded my game dev computer, which cost a fair amount. Oh, that's where the mistake is. Gonna make this car no longer beep because it's kind of annoying. Well, that's cool. Them just giving you Zelda games if you have, an online service doesn't sound so bad. Dad'll have the extra money for a Switch anytime soon, but if I ever do. Huh. That didn't work at all. See, now, if only Nintendo would offer a service where I could get all their games, but on the PC. That'd be perfect. I'd be so down. Oh, Metroid Fusion? I'm pretty certain I played that way back in the day. Maybe not, though. Way, way back. That's an old game. Trying to remember if I did or not. I liked all the 2D ones a lot. I never got around to playing the 3D ones for that. I didn't play Prime or anything like that. Yeah, it should be fun. The Metroid games are pretty enjoyable. Have you seen the randomizer that combines Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and Super Metroid? Where you go back and forth between the two games and all the stuff in the games is randomized? Saw that on some of the on the Games Done Quick marathon, the speedrunning marathon, and that was just wild. It's just one game to the other, just back and forth, and you get items for one game inside of the other and things. And I kind of want to download that and play it. But, well, I actually keep forgetting it even exists, so I haven't. I'll make a note of that. Play Link to the Past, Super Metroid randomizer. For some reason, this is not working. Well, maybe I'll do that. There's a running gag that it seems like more people would rather watch me not stream RPGMaker and deving on it, which was the original plan, because I was like, maybe people would be interested in that. But so far, seems like more people are interested in just other random things. Maybe I'll pick a day and just do that. Just something different. Well, the main reason I'm not actually streaming on Saturday and Sunday is I share an internet connection with my roommate, and it's not a very good internet connection. And it's just good enough to stream when he's not around. But if we both try to use it at the same time, it's just not quite enough. So I need to upgrade the internet first, essentially is what I'm saying. which I'll probably end up doing because I enjoy streaming enough that it's just, I might as well. I didn't really want to invest a lot of money in something I wasn't even sure I liked, but you know, I've been enjoying it enough, so honestly, it'd probably be more relaxing than doing this. So this is not, it's not like hectic or anything, but I don't know. It'll probably be like a month or something. It depends on however long it takes them to upgrade the internet here. It could be just them flipping a switch, in which case, yeah, I'll be able to do it sooner. But with how my internet company is, I'll be surprised if they even, you know, get to us in a month. That should give me the information I need. I was considering streaming various games from the community and everything and playing through them, but I didn't really put much thought into it beyond that. I was like, well, maybe I'll play some of their games too. And then, well, I've just been working on my game instead. So, at some point. Why does that array have 36 in there multiple times? And 37 in there multiple times. Oh, well, you know, that's a great video to be available. You know, a video of your brother stealing coleslaw. You put on like TikTok or something, or YouTube. That's right. Last night I put an invincible thingy in. And I never got around to fixing it. Let me test that thing out too. That one stay around? Okay. I still got to fix that problem there. Make a note of that. Fix projectiles stuck at side of map. Oh. What, did your brother upload this to his account or something? Like, I'm confused how you arrive at the scenario where that happens. What went on there? Wait, how in the world did that come out? Okay. I think I broke something last night and then decided to stop in the middle of it and should not have done that. Now I'm trying to figure out exactly where it was that I broke it. Okay, something's real weird here. Um, oh, did you? That's cool. I mean, I guess you could link it here and you could watch it or something. I don't know. As long as everything copyrighted in it. Or something that's not safe for the stream. I feel like it's pushing the event ID too here. I don't see spawn table even being used in some of these things. So wait a minute. I know it's comparing against the enemy events, so it can't work like that.
For an effective
Oof. I was looking for it on there, and then I realized I opened it with a browser that doesn't have an ad block on it. Oops. Well, he's definitely an adorable little one there. For some reason, I thought it was like, I was thinking an older kid trying to steal it, but when it's just a little, toddler like that running off with it, it's kind of got different connotations. It's just like, oh, okay, it's adorable. Not really any harm or foul on that one. Somehow the array is getting all weird here. Let me check all these variables here. Array is empty. Current enemy is 428. I see. That is... Okay, well, that isn't working correctly at all. Somewhere it's pushing that information to when it's not supposed to. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's adorable. Toddler just running off with a coleslaw. Well, as much as they really run off, it's kind of wandering off with it. Very adorable. How is that getting so big? Let me check something here. Broke something here. I don't know what. Oh, I didn't listen with the sound on, mostly because then it would be all, everyone on the stream would hear it too. I just watched it real quick. Um, oh yeah, it's adding the same one to it multiple times. What in the world? The fundamental problem with the enemies. That's fair. I would have tried watching it on stream or something like that, but I don't think you necessarily want random people all over the world watching the video. You never know who's watching this stuff, so could pose a problem, maybe. All right. what it told me there. We destroyed 31. It only ran it once. Okay. Interesting. Nothing in the enemy array there. Oops. Closed it without running more tests. Nice. I'm gonna have to watch it with sound later. Might be a lot funnier and everything. I mean, it just seemed pretty adorable when I was just watching it without the sound, but I'm sure the sound makes it even better. Whoa, what happened? Just added itself to there so many times over. Change it to setup to make it a little less ridiculous. Fair. Oh. Might as well. So somehow this added to... On one hand, it's only there, but it ran this code over and over and over. I'm not sure how it's going to loop through this code over and over and over, because it should hit this and then somewhere along here break. Oh boy. Oh, welcome back. Pretty much infinite things have happened in the like 30 seconds you were gone. Okay, not really. That's just still same problem. Yeah, it's like it's not flipping in cell switch A there. Huh. I just ran it over and over and over. Oh yeah, the random stories I was saying. Yeah, yeah. I was almost thinking I should just listen to creepypastas while I do this, and then people have a perpetual spooky story going on the whole time. Before I started streaming, that's exactly what I was doing, just listening to creepypastas. I guess I'm just going to go through it and test each of these lines here. One. I hate doing it this way, but I guess this is what I'm doing. I'm not sure where this is suddenly breaking, but it smacks of a code not executing correctly, so it just continues to loop back through until it just never finishes. Those dark spots? Which dark spots? What story did I tell you? Wait a minute. I don't remember dark spots. Again, I remember a lot of things I do. Somewhere in this code there's just something that's just not triggering correctly. Here I thought I had like everything good to go, and I was only had like one problem left to fix, and then I'd be ready to do some balancing and, you know, kick this prototype out the door. Oh yeah, that laundry room down there that was like in the basement, past the weird stairs that looped around and had spikes coming through the ceiling. Not really spikes so much as just, you know, carpet nails that had gone through. Around the corner each time, and there's just more like spaces where there could be someone hiding. After you round a couple of corners, it pops out into this big, huge room where there's like a place behind the stairs that someone could hide, and then there was just piles of things everywhere. A lot like this, where things could have just been hidden behind it. It was so big. It was supposed to be a wine cellar. Also, wine cellars are always cold, by the way. I was supposed to be checking for this and I didn't. Alright, well, let's come back up here. We'll start with this one here, 59 years. So, setup fail. Okay. One and two run just fine. 3, 4. The console log for all that stuff there. 5, then 6 runs, okay. Then 7. But then tests here and it failed. On failure, it went to default, right? Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I just kind of have the weirdest stream time where, I'm not surprised you miss it because, I mean, it's really early for Europe and incredibly late for the US. So, and then it's probably not too bad if you're in India or any place like that. Big problem is I can't stream on the weekends, and that's probably when most people would want to watch. Got a bit of a loss here why this is not actually doing what I'd like it to do. It appears to be all the enemies that do it. But this code is looping over and over and over. There it set it up, 59, and did that. And once it sets it up, it's supposed to flip this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So it goes to 7. And that fails, okay. But even when it succeeded right here, enemy setup happened, which was... It's sort of the weekend. But for me, it's actually 2 a.m. on Saturday, which... When I think the weekend, it's like the end of my day weekend, which doesn't quite work out. I mean, technically it is the weekend. Mostly my roommate works Saturday and Sunday night, but he works through the night into the next day, so I have all the time in between when he's not here to stream away, and just I could actually stream it until 8 a.m. here if I wanted, but actually I don't know why I don't do that. I could just have my stream much later and more people would probably watch it. But I'm usually awake pretty late though, so and I'm not awake at 8 a.m. Yeah, I mean, for you it's 10 a.m. Yeah. But you're 8 hours ahead of me, so, I'm the weirdo here with the bad schedule. Not a good thing. Yeah. So 59 setup and then failed. And then set up and then failed, and then so it alternates for some reason. How in the world is that happening? This event here will only kick it over to here if it finishes. Let's test with these here. This is a very bizarre problem. I don't recall it happening yesterday, but it might have been. After all those changes I made, it wasn't something I checked for to see if the array was just adding so many copies of the enemy to it. That would explain exactly why the projectiles work. I'm surprised it didn't lag out if there's like, 400 enemies it's checking against every time it clicks, and that's just for like 1 or 2 enemies spawning. That should have caused a lot of problems. Huh. Oh, the actual view thing now for this is so much more exciting. You can actually just see it going up and down. Just do, 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 do. I actually posted a link to the stream on Twitter today, so I'm curious to see how much it causes people to come and go from the stream. So this one spawned here. This one worked immediately. And this one failed. And upon failing, set itself up fine anyway. Actually, by this point, this one added itself to the array a bunch of times, but did it? 61, 62 over and over. Is that a projectile that's adding itself over and over? Huh. Let me check the page one there. There's something wonky here. It's only pushing 184 right here. Oh, sorry, 189 right here. It's such puzzling behavior. At the end of this, it's every time it goes past. I should stop at 10 on those. Why did it stop at 10? It's supposed to stop at 10. On success, it would stop there. Unless the projectiles are somehow doing that. Huh. I thought this would be such a simple problem. I'd already had it figured out in my head exactly how I was going to fix it, thinking it was something totally different. Why these two attacks didn't work. And now I come to find out that they didn't work for a very, very different reason. Oh, wait a minute. I think I understand what went on here. Oops. Nice cut command there. Because last time when I logged off at, gosh, I think I stopped at almost 5:30 in the morning yesterday. It's a 5-hour stream. I made a quick change, adding a new invincibility system so I could have invincible frames. But I didn't test it. And I suspect the problem is from this. Also, there's 34 views already on the stream. I think the biggest stream so far, view-wise, had 37 total views. That's at 36. Interesting. Maybe Twitter is a good place to post things, huh? Alright, so one of them spawned. Array 2, 37 there, that's fine. $56 failed, so it didn't add itself. It looks like it's only going through once. 37. 37 probably just got recycled. Let's go run around and kill some things for a second and see if it causes the array to go ballistic like it was doing. I'm pretty certain it was just my invincibility frame system, and I need to look into that. All this because the bosses were able to, like, you know, be hit while they were teleporting away, and I didn't like that. So I wonder if this works now. No. Well, you know, one problem at a time. And they raise clean. Okay, so that is the cause. Alright. Well, that's good to see. That solves a mystery. The mystery is, still is another mystery of why in the world those attacks don't work. Can't do that. I still need those ones there because I want to know exactly why it's not doing what I need. And I don't need this anymore. It's a pool. It's named Firewall. Here spawn matters. It runs spell info. I'm pretty certain it gets all the way up to where it's comparing, but it wasn't successfully comparing the distance and triggering if the events were near it. But then again, it was also trying against arrays of hundreds of things with all the same event ID in their lot, so it's probably just messing up. Huh. Well, that time it worked. And the arrays look normal this time. That's good. No more hundreds of possible results. Confusing the poor system. Didn't seem very effective though. Like, yeah, that seems wholly ineffective. Wait, what? I'm gonna set this thing to cost 0 on the next test. Let's make that change real fast just so I don't have to wait for mana to regen or anything dumb like that. Nah, I'm good. It can cost 0. Then I have it set to do 140. I should probably have a variable for how big I want it to be as well. And none of the pools are actually bigger than one space. They just spawn multiples in order to work. Which is so weird. I guess I can get the calculation to see what it's doing wrong. I just want to sit here and make a bunch of moving graphics for this, make it all cool and everything, but I suppose I should get all the base code working first. Yes. I don't want F2, I want F8. I guess that wasn't that helpful of information to get, to be honest. I guess I am doing a pixel comparison. The pixel comparison is coming out as 1403, right? Okay, that was just a stupid place to put that. I regret all my life decisions that led up to putting it in that special space there, and not down here. Nope. Is this a situation where I foolishly forgot how to use my own plugins? It might be a situation where I forgot to use my own. You know, listen, sometimes I forget these things. I did switch all of the different commands to use this new one instead on every event one day. It was like over 100 of them, and I'm pretty certain I flubbed this one pretty hard. So type, I think, is what I'm missing. See, if it's just the player against everything, I don't make anyone type this command because I just default it to that. But in a situation where I'm having it compare events against each other to see events can interact, well, I don't do that as often, so I make them actually put that in. That's probably it. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Save? No? Well, I guess we'll save this way. I guess Control S just doesn't want to save. Sure. Oh, never mind. It's tools I need to save. All right. I still got to fix the lightning storm attack as well. I imagine they'll both work pretty similarly. Well, I guess the lightning storm is probably going to treat each of its little lightning bolts as projectiles, so it'll spawn its little thing there, and then it'll start spawning other events around it that are the lightning bolts. The bolts move up a couple spaces before showing the actual graphic for them, and then they move down and hit things underneath them. underneath them, as in like their Y is like too lower than the start. Ah, perfect, perfect. Yes, burn, everything burn. I need to remove that graphic of them being destroyed at the end though, but still. Fire everywhere. Oh yeah, those are undestroyable. I hate this box and this one graphic, so I always think it's a destroyable box. I need to make the destroyable something different. Like the safes here. I can tell this part there, because the jumbo safes aren't destroyable. I could make the whole environment destroyable, and there's really nothing stopping me from doing that. Oh, yeah, we can pretty much agree this works now. And the arrays are perfect. Yep. I want to hit the boss with it, just to be certain, because the boss is programmed a bit differently. It's built different, yeah. Oh, command for that's kind of terrible. I'm going to change the coloring of the damage for the enemies versus the player. In fact, I think I will do that, just so you can see when the player's hit versus not. Yeah. Actually, hit the player, yeah, okay. Let's do that while I'm thinking about it. Otherwise, I'll forget. Load this up real fast so I can work on it on the stream. I do all my loading off the screen so I don't accidentally show personal information. It's just easier. I should stream safe my computer. Okay, so for the player there, I could just do a lighter color for the player, honestly. I guess that's a bit different. Make it just a little bit more colorful. I think I'm just changing colors. I'm not going to change anything else about it, I don't think. We'll call this one player health. Dump it over in my fonts folder. And then I'll take the player health thing here. Add it to my handy dandy plugin. And then player damage is handled by, I'm pretty certain this. Oh, I don't need all these pools anymore. I'm at it. Oops. I think I'd like to keep my else there. Very important. Oops. How many more consoles are in here? Probably a bunch, right? I'm keeping that one for now because there's a problem that I'm still keeping an eye on. And then I don't need these else's anymore. And then it's under style. And this is for the player, right? Oh, that's enemy. Doop, 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 doop. Player. We use that instead. Save. See how that looks. Also see if I accidentally deleted anything that I shouldn't have, which is entirely possible. I must say, posting this video to Twitter actually had a very surprising number of views come out of it. It's already at 53 views, which the previous high was 37. Granted, you know, like, we're doing it less than a month. That's okay, not bad. Okay, oh yeah, hit the play. I want to see what happened. I wasn't paying attention. That's not terribly different than the other one, is it? I want to be more differentiated. I need something that's actually got enough health to matter. Everything's set to die in basically one hit. Actually, I can use a firewall. It's not on that. Alright, boss, where are you at? Yeah, they're very similar. I don't know if I like that. I guess they're not that similar. They're pretty similar, though. Maybe I'll make it a lot more different than that. Guess I could remove the purple. We'll make it half and half. Why not? Copy the player health in here, overwrite that. Just giving it the same name as the previous one and then overwriting it. I think the lightning storm should be a lot easier to fix. After all, it is just a bunch of projectiles coming down from the cloud, so... I wonder if it got fixed by just simply doing the other thing, though. That's possible. I'm gonna test it. That would be a no. That thing's just weird. Who knows what it's doing? It does hit sometimes. Kinda. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to get hit by the enemies. Hit the boss out. The boss has poison. Poison is obnoxious, and... Why is it not picking that up? Okay. Interesting. How big is the hitbox on those? Pretty big. Guess the player's got kind of a tiny hitbox. I'm not sure I like it that much, but I am going to make a change to the health spell here. I guess that one's not actually covered in this, is it? No, that one's actually done inside the engine. Oh, I got all tricky and spawned an event under the player, and then the player was within range of it, but it triggers immediately, so the player would always be within range of it. Purely because I wanted to put particles on it. That's what I was looking to do. Oh. Yeah. That sounds like me. I really just wanted my particles. I could have spawned the particle on the player and then gotten rid of it, but there's enough things happening on the player. That's fine. I think I'll leave it as it is right now on that one. I don't know. I'm not really certain what color I want it to be. I'm already using things like green, so I can't use that as a positive. I guess healing should actually have a different color entirely, shouldn't it? The damage should be one and heal the other? I don't know. That would make sense. We can't use blue because the freezing or slowed effects use blue. Poison uses green. Red's basically already the damage. I could use yellow? Question mark? I could use purple as a bonus thing. Huh. Huh. Trying to avoid things that are too similar. I could use a combination of white and that. The text already uses like a purple anyway. We'll try it like this and then... Actually, wait a minute. Wait. There's an outer glow option, right? I can stroke it white. That'd be significantly more noticeable. I mean, drop shadow would technically do it too. Let's try that. No, I don't want to look at the file. Thank you. I'm good. I actually just wanted to rename the file. We'll call this one Heal. We'll attempt to call it Heal and misspell it. It's only 4 letters. I believe in my ability to type 4 letters. Dump it over in the fonts folder. And then tell my plugin about it. I should put all my plugins next to each other because I'm apparently blind. I really am blind. Right here, okay. Sometimes it all just kind of blends together. It's just text all over the place. So... Oh, that's right. This was handled in 167, which was right here. Does it need to stay on that long? I mean, I guess I could say 2 seconds. I find one of the problems I have is that I make things too fast. I need to slow the game down so people can enjoy the effects and things. Everything's just going crazy, and I watched a video by, oh gosh, that famous Nintendo game creator, who, I'm just blanking on his name, but he made all kinds of things, including Smash Bros. And he was just showing me videos of, you know, how adding a pause in things can make it look so much better. And, like after an impact happens, giving it a brief second so the player can realize it. I actually need to go through and slow the game down. It's not something I thought about, but then I watched him in his examples. I'm like, that makes so much sense. Oh my gosh. Not too bad. This is very noticeable, and it's clearly not being damaged. But I am going to make a change here. Or I don't need to remove it. This message will auto remove itself. Technically, this should probably be a variable. We're going to make it do a variable here. And I'm going to change it later. Probably with a system for it. Wait a minute. I have a variable system for this already. Run that there. Put a slight wait so it actually finishes that. Actually, maybe like a 2-frame wait. It doesn't gotta be that long. And then what did I call the heal on this? Probably just heal, knowing me. Get self-variable heal. Okay. This gets self-variable heal. Just hit the thing on that. Nice. I need to set this up so it actually has a more variable heal. So when I have my system to level up the abilities, it actually does level up the ability. A lot of the player abilities weren't really fused into the new system very well. They had their own system, kinda, and I'm trying to merge it all together, make it just easier to keep track of. I need to comment things and everything too. I'd say the goal is just to make a prototype that has, you know, some testable levels for people to play, and then keep updating every week. It'll just be a free-to-play thing. Just anytime people want to mess with it. I must have been hitting that. I'm hitting this thing here. Actually. Okay, so heals for 10. Alright, so now it says that. It's supposed to be 20. It heals for 20 now. Let's make certain I take 20 damage and test this out. Yes! Hit me repeatedly, enemies. Show me who's boss. Perfect, yes. Okay, well, I'm glad I did that, because I'm done. I forgot to actually tell it to change this amount here. This get self variable heal. You know, because changing the message is cool and all, but doesn't really do anything. Might actually want to, I don't know, change the actual effect. Still gotta fix the lightning ability, but between that, and I guess I should test the firewall ability, see if it actually does more damage too on that. Everyone hit me a lot. Just hit me. Keep doing it. I should put a collision on that so things can't spawn on it. Oh, let's test first. It healed 10. Okay, perfect. Apparently that projectile is going to sit there for a while. Okay, I need to fix that problem too. Okay, so level this up. Looks like it works just fine. Also changed the cost too, but yeah, you know, whatever. I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's how much damage this do. Let's test. It does 1 per. Okay, great. Should do 2 per. It in fact does 1 per. Well, that's not good. So I don't need to say firewall on all these ones here while I'm at it. NPC 2. I set this up for projectiles. I'm pretty certain. Actually, let me make certain I actually have it adjusting the damage based upon levels and all that. Yeah, so it should be 2. And then, what does player damage do? What is this? Oh yeah, it does it on impact. That's right. Ah, wait a minute. I'm asking it to do an impossible thing here. The compare command doesn't change self variables. I mean, it could. I don't see any reason it shouldn't. But I guess I gotta rewrite that command, don't I? I guess. It really feels like they should be fused together in one command. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it should be just one almighty command that does that. I guess they can both gain the ability to do that. I don't really have to fuse them together. I know impact can do both. Alright, I guess I'm writing it to do both, huh? Fair enough. Collides is now a function that doesn't do anything anymore. I'm gonna have to rewrite all the comparison commands. Oof. Oof, I don't know about that. I guess I don't. After all, this one was written to use an object anyway. Impact never was. It should have been, honestly. I don't know why I didn't. I don't have to try to remember these dumb ordering things. I can just have it in any order I want. And everything tells you what it does. So much more typing, but it's so much easier to keep track of. Yeah, I guess. Guess that's a thing. I might just call it variable array. I don't need self in there. Yes, that's what I'm doing. How did I write you? It's just one giant loop up there. Ugh, I guess I can copy paste all the code exactly. We'll do a try on this though, just in case. Put that there. I still have access to T event I down here. Thankfully, I like to use the same naming convention all the time, so it makes it a lot easier. And it's set up so I can do one within another, right? I can flip two. I'm pretty certain I have that set up for two. Yeah. I literally had it set up where I could use as many of these as possible. I discovered flipping one wasn't enough. I ended up having to flip two or something like that. It just, yeah. I think that should get the job done. And then now on this up here, I guess I'll type it here to make it easier. Variable, array. I think before I test this, I'm going to take myself a quick bio break and make a bio break sign. Get it back. Fine. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I really do need to make a bio break sign, or just a be right back sign. I could technically just do that on stream. I mean, no, it's not really necessarily working on the game. It's working on a stream thing, but it's like probably 80 plus hours streamed of working on this game at this point, I think. See, we're on part 27 of this, and I do 3 to 5 hours every time. In the lowest possible world, that's 81 hours. And the greatest possible world, that's 135 hours. I did not stream 135 hours, but it's somewhere in between these two numbers. I streamed the whole... That's like a part-time job that I've just picked up. But it's fun, so I don't care. I'm going to do the weirdest thing where I test this right off the bat and see if it just works. See if we can just Todd Howard this. It just works. I did copy one code from another plugin command to this one, so given my very orderly nature of using the same naming conventions for everything, I can usually get away with that. But we will find out. Well, let's see if it even does 1 damage first. I'm real mixed on this ghost form here. It was just a mechanic from the other game, but it was also to deal with things that were caught and stuff. But then I made the block just attract objects to you. Oh, that's right. There's another glitch that needs to be fixed. Let's see. Common events sometimes trigger forever. It's actually the button common events. It's a plugin that does it, but it's not my plugin. So I'm not responsible for the mistakes on this particular one. I originally pointed out some stuff out to him, and I thought it would be fixed, but it's not. Come on. I'm going to move away from there. I'm going to stop doing those, maybe? Yeah, it'll just do it a whole bunch. It's weird. And then it leaves the thing in there. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, how much does this do? 1? Good, perfect. You know it still applies damage. But will it go up? Looks like it did. Alright, boss, where are you at? Where's my boss at? 2. Oh, perfect. Look at that. I Todd Howarded this one. It worked perfectly the first time. It just works. Don't even question it. Practically a coding genius. Just ignore the other, you know, hour of me fixing dumb coding I did. Ignore that part. That part doesn't matter. It's all been forgiven because of this Todd Howard thing going on here. Where it just works. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, alright, so I can remove that from the list of obnoxious things that need to be dealt with. Oh, I need interface timer for the star armor. What's the icon I'm using for the star armor? Let's bring up the interface thing for it. Where are you at? Over here. Nice. Combat HUD. I'm gonna copy and paste another one here. I need a better way to line these up. Whatever. Nope. There we go. That's a little wonky to get it into that little spot there, but... Oh, No, I'm going to put the positives somewhere else here. Let's put the positives over here. Wait a minute. Am I going to have quests appear on the screen? Like Diablo does. I mean, at some point, maybe. Probably. If I keep doing this long enough and it just turns into, you know, the stream content is literally just making this game better and better and better. Just make it the greatest MV game, MZ game to ever exist. It'd be pretty funny. To be fair, there aren't a whole lot of MZ games out there. Though you could make this an MV. Maybe with few less graphics, because MV's not very optimized, but, you know. That's why I switched MZ in the first place. You can do it. I believe. Probably. Maybe. I did switch for a reason, but my new code is so much more optimized. Status, call it Star Armor. I don't have a good name for it. I'm probably going to change its name, but until I have a better name for it, you know, whatever. And then the graphic we're going to use is... I think I just have something called Star Armor. Yeah, I don't like that. That I'm okay with. That I kind of like. So all those are currently displaying at all times. It's just that this other one only displays if those are there. Okay. That should probably get the job done, I imagine. All right, let's test that and see how that comes out. As I get this more and more streamlined, it's so easy to just keep adding new stuff to it. Now you're fighting the first boss in Minish Cap. Huh. That's all good, you know, as long as you're having some fun there and everything. I don't remember what the first boss was. I really think I might have played that one. Maybe not, though. I don't know. All the games blend together. But no, as long as you're enjoying it, it's all that matters. What was I testing? Oh yeah, Star Armor. Oh look, it says 0. That's awkward. Don't add to it. Because I didn't change this. Glad I tested. Glad I tested. That sounds so familiar. I'm certain I played Diminished Cap at some point. Huh. I do like games where you're tiny though, and you know you're fighting normal things, but the normal things seem like they're ridiculous. After all, I'm making a game about a tiny little doll running around fighting other toys, so obviously I like that. That kind of made her bigger than she probably should be. In all honesty, I might shrink her down a tiny bit. I don't know. Might not be that necessary to make that change. Oh, I was testing star armor. There we go. I don't like the particle effect for it very much. I don't know how to balance this ability at all. Because you're always going to use it. It's just really good. It just halves all damage, so of course you're going to use it. I could make it an on and off scenario where if you use it, then a certain portion of your mana is just gobbled up by it and you can't use it. I don't know. Or just make it really expensive so then they were charging mana during it. I don't know. That's probably what I'm going to do because I don't make a whole system for it. I'll swap out this music to one of the other ones. Back to these ones here. I think I'm going to look up the Minish Cap real fast because I want to see if it actually looks exactly like what I think it is. Let's see. Zelda the Minish Cap. Does it look familiar? I guess a lot of the Zelda games, the top-down ones, kind of look very similar. Huh. I might have played it. I don't know. It sounds really familiar, but the graphics don't look that familiar, but they also kind of look familiar because they are Zelda graphics. I think I remember that area. I don't know. Anyway. So, what was I working on next? Oh, I'm trying to make this, trying to make the cloud work. The lightning storm. The lightning storm is just going to be projectiles, right? So I guess lightning strike is the projectile. I think it's going to use the exact same level as Lightning Storm, because that would make sense. And then lightning strike. A name apple? Does it like let you change your name or something? Like, what's a name apple? Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought there was like an item called name apple, and I'm like, okay. Apple's a name you can go by, but you know, fair. Uh, this is gonna have to be here. Lightning strike. And then I'm going to take one of these and just steal it from here. Actually, I steal both of them, actually. $140 might be too much. Let me double check this here. Okay, so we don't need any of this crap. This is just absolute garbage. In fact, I'm just going to copy this page 2 of this because they're going to, well, and they're not such the same, are they? Yeah, the poison pools I'm probably never going to use. Yeah, good plan that. I need these. And I do want this to move down. I guess it'll set it to see each time it moves down. I think this one's not going to use a time variable. Nice. Congrats on finding the fairy fountain. Hopefully you have a bottle handy so you can steal a couple of the fairies and toss it in. I'm assuming that version of Zelda has that too, hopefully. I guess the timer doesn't matter on this here, does it? So this can have a really long time because it doesn't matter. No, it can't. Actually, that's probably a long time anyway because it's not gonna. It's gonna destroy itself the other way anyway. And then for this first page, it needs to have. Oh wait, this is a projectile. I don't need this anymore. No, it's not a projectile. I mean, it is, but it's only going to go straight down. Right. I'm just not going to use projectile 2. I don't need projectile 2. Projectile 1 is fine, though. Spawn table projectile. Spell info, this event ID. Do I need all that, though, I think is the question. I don't think I do. I don't think I do at all. I need those. And then this is called Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike. Is player spawn. Spell info for this event ID, of course. Distance travel in these doesn't need to refine. Direction does not equal that. Moves up and then spawns out. That's correct. Projectile table. And then it's going to run NPC 1. And then NPC 2. Try to run the NPC 2. Okay. And then I need to go into here and make a type for Lightning Strike. I think that's everything I need. Guess we'll test it. Pretty soon I'll get to play with just making graphics and stuff and making the game look cooler and doing some balancing. I also need to make a leveling system, I guess. I think I'll lock away all the abilities and make the player buy them off of one of the things. So there's a progression for the tutorial thing, for the prototype. Just so players have something to work towards. Anything. Wait, what was I testing? Oh, the Lightning Strike. Oh, wow, look at that go. Oh, yeah. That was just good times right there. Oh, I need to fix the enemy invincibility too. May add that to the thing there. Boss and enemy invincibility. I need to level this up, see if that works. What happened there? Lightning Storm level up. So do 2 per strike. Oh, it works perfectly. Nice. I need sound effects for it too. Little lightning strike sound effects. Alright, well that makes every ability work. Actually, I want to test one thing here. Let's see if I poison this. Where'd you go, boss? Does 1. Alright, so what if I level this up? Does it work? This one didn't die from the poison. It did there. Oops. Huh. The clown heads are pretty crappy to poison. Everything dies so fast. Stuff like poison doesn't make sense against anything that isn't a boss. I need to slow the combat down, I really do. Less enemies, but the enemies are harder. Oops, not only that. He's got the poison on him. Does it damage him? Doesn't seem to be. I got him there. Just really slow. I got him. Okay, well, that's not very exciting. Those seem to work just fine. That should be all the abilities working. I mean, they're not very good. Not all of them anyway. Some are really good, some are just terrible. Yeah, I do think I should slow the game down. Like, I should take multiple hits to kill the enemies, not like, you know, they just insta-die. And less of them should spawn, so you just have to kind of fight them and they kind of chase after you a little more. Originally, the player was so fast in the other game that this is based on, or like the code this is based on, that the enemies just had to constantly catch up, so I made them die really quickly, but made them spawn so often so the player could never really get away. The player's moving much slower now in this game, so... Oh, that's right, there's an issue with the menu if I'm in the regular levels. Causing the character speed to be wrong. Let's test this. Character setup covers it. Actually, wait, let's just do it in the menu itself, right? This can be fixed by this little thing here. So if story is on, let's do this. So if story's on, I think the speed's just 4. I'll have to double check. But combat is on to 3.5. And then just to check that we're using actual variable 78, not something else. Actually, I can see if combat's on. I know combat works. That's easy. And then oh, I need to have another if for the story here. Combat's onto that, but if story is on, oh no, I have story. If the player's Y is less than 20, we're gonna set the move speed to 4.5. Because it means the character is in the ghost form. I think that's it. I don't have any on that. I'm glad I wrote this down because I forgot all about it. It was probably from 40 minutes ago or something that I noticed this problem. Or maybe it was yesterday I noticed it. I don't know. Oh, actually, I test this here. So if you're up here, and we exit the menu. Okay, well, the cloud thingy isn't there anymore. That sucks. But the speed is right. That should fix that problem, I imagine. Hopefully. Actually, need to do this one here. You go in the menu and then kick out of the menu. Does not do what I want. And that is because it needs to happen after. Perfect. Look at that. Nice. All right, that's fixed. I need to fix the boss invincibility thing, which is not actually a major issue. I'm going to put that in the minor thingies because that's not necessary for the first version unless I want it to be. Now I'm going to deal with the projectiles trying to leave the map. The problem is if I put some sort of a trigger there and the player fires while they're on the edge of the map, it would destroy the projectiles as well. So it needs to check if they're, I guess, heading off the map somehow. But they're solid, so they can't leave the map. I guess what I could do is have I could lock out the outsides of the map entirely, like make it like a certain portion of it, just like all the way around it, that they can't actually go on. That sounds kind of weird, though. I would also need to make some sort of thing that spawned events all the way around the outside, so that the player couldn't really get out of there. I guess it would give the feeling like the level was actually like more contained. I mean, they are randomly generated. But I need to create a new randomizer thing that does that, if that's something I want. That sounds like a real nightmare. So I could get the could get game map x equals 0, and then have like +3 to it each time, and just spawn an event all the way around. And just do a loop till it reaches the end of whatever the actual size of the map is. Am I doing that? Would that look cool? I don't know. It doesn't sound that great, but it might look okay. That might actually look better thinking about it. All right. I guess I'm busting out some code on this one. I don't really want to bust out code on this one, though, because this is it sounds like quite a task. Is it? Is it really that much of a task? All right. Not the plugin I want to play with, usually. Because this plugin gets crazy. No. I mean, I guess grid spawn could do something like this. Um, suppose that could be an option. I guess it can have a variant. Variance is equal to variance or I usually like to name these. I guess we'll call it full. And then for this one here, Switch variant. Actually, wait a minute. It passes grid, doesn't it? Right there. And this will already use that, so I don't care. And we're going to have case full break. And then case order. Right. Wait. No, that's not gonna be what I want, is it? I'm not sure I want to make this a variant or not. I don't. Never mind. Just for purposes of keeping this organized enough that I can actually keep track of this ridiculous plugin, I will not be doing that. Order spawn. I'm fine with this part here. I think that's fine. But here is where the issue is. So, why did you math floor and not math round? I guess it doesn't super matter. Hmm. 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 Blanking on the math I want to do this with. On the spawn array, I wrote it where it was how far I wanted it to do. And then the event involved there, which was remember what a nightmare this plugin truly is when it wants to be. I should comment my stuff better. I think it's map width -1, right? Um, I want the actual thing -1, I believe, and then it'll spawn along there. Um, I don't think I need all this crap here. I think this is an unnecessary thing. Because this will give me the entire thing there divided by 0, or actually divided by the number of things I tell it. Code was from a long time ago. Okay, yeah, so it ignores the first thing there, because the first thing is what tells it what it is, so that's why it doesn't look at it, and then it wants to know. That's weird. Yeah, so if it's an array, it does that, but I didn't bother even do an array here, so it's just dividing it by the number there. And then takes those there, and the length I spawn array there is yes link there, and we're starting with the height, and we're limiting by h, so divide times k. So that'll give us y right here. And then it loops through on each of the things there. So it starts with the height there, and then it does the map width, and it wants spawn array length to -2 and then +2. So randoming that. Okay. The spawn array is missing the first one there has to have the grid to tell it what it is. So in this case, the first one will say border. Let's just go ahead and add that. Oh. This is going to force me to have to move some things around a bit, but that's okay. I can live with that. This feels like a rabbit hole, but it should look really cool, and it will. Well, actually, does this fix the problem? It kind of doesn't. It might just look cool. Uh, I don't think I need that there is my issue. Start commenting this stuff here. That feels like weird code there. Huh. So then the first time here, it would do... It's gonna run 2 loops, I think, and one is gonna do the top there, and the other is gonna do that. So it's gonna be a second one of these. Spawns the left and right side. Spawns the top and bottom. I don't need to loop this, right? That's the issue here. I don't need to loop that at all. I just need to loop this. So, I guess I can do this in reverse here. This is limit h times k. And limit h is the height. This would go down, right? Wouldn't it? Ugh, I always get these backwards. Let's see here. I would have been better off not doing it this way. Well, they'll determine K there. And this is just gonna be this, right? It's just gonna be data map. No, let's just make it 0. No, it's just 0. And then we'll do another one here. Map height equals... I think a better way to do this, but it's better if I just make it where I understand it and then go from there. Just to double check, this starts at 0, right? It does, so I need -1 on that. And then let me do this really fast. That's what I want. The border equal, actually, let's call it map border. And then let's pick one of these to do the map border with. One of the non-complex blocks will be fine. They're listed up here. Let's do fort. This way I only have to enter it once. I have extra space, so I'll make it all nice and perfect. What happens when I do that? Okay, well, we have established that it put boxes everywhere, but it sort of works. Well, first of all, the command needs to be like 3 or something. It needs to be way less. I want to go all the way around the map. Wait. Border? Of course it did a grid. I literally used the grid command. Why wouldn't it do a grid? Duh. I'm pretty stoked. This stream had 60 views. The last best stream I had had 37 views, and it took like, it was set as a link on places for like 2 days. So it picked up a few extra views. That errors. This link is not defined. Lots of code's not going to be necessary at all, but that's okay. I'm going to change the music in a second here. I wonder if streaming on the weekend would be better. I have to increase my internet speed to do that, but I probably should just do that at some point here. Looks like it tried. Did it? Also, I can just apparently go through things now? That's weird. That was bizarre. Once I get this set up, I'll probably call the stream tonight. I don't know. Successful enough stream. It is less than limit width. Huh. It's adding 50 each time. Let me just get all the information. I don't want to deal with it. I want it all. I remember the grid system wasn't very good to start with, so it just got the job done, and that's all that mattered to me. Okay, so what did I ask of this really? Let's see. The temporary is the final end product. I guess I just need up all the way here. And then temporary there, and then limit H in that is 50. Why am I using that? Um, increment. All right. Let increment. Go with that. Oops, I don't want that. Increment. I think the grid spawn thing need to be fixed too. Oftentimes I'm defeated by not having the right map or something. Ooh. The views got adjusted to down by 3. It's funny. I said 60 for like an hour, and now it's down to 57. It's adorable. YouTube's counting thing is not the best, apparently. Okay, so this works. Kind of. Well, first of all, let me change it to a little farther apart. I do kind of like having it, though. All right, so that happens for that. Then I'll make a better version later. Is equal to this command right here, whatever. I'll just copy paste that part. I'm too lazy. I don't need this then. What's the problem? Oh, I also don't need this up yet. I'm stupid. No, it doesn't really help, does it? It's going to be the same either way. Not the preferred way of doing things, but it'll do, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. This will have the added effect of making the border actually, projectiles will hit it and be destroyed. Right? Maybe? No, it's just sitting there. Probably 7 apart. And then on the bottom, spawn at the top. We'll do width equals 0. Guess we'll do limit H. That's all I need. It says I have 55 views. Oh no, the longer I stream, the views somehow go down. It's just counting some people twice. It's funny. Still, way more views than the others by far, so. For some reason, these don't have a very good collision. I don't know why the collision's wrong. I'll figure that out in a bit. I think I might do 2 on these. They're just not that good. And I might set these as 1. And then there's going to be a way better way to do this later. No, this is the right. But look at that. That's not bad. Those work. I might want to change the things so they're closer together on the sides, but still. Now there's more like tunnels going on. That's nice. Once again, limitation makes the game better. It's weird. Oh, I love this thing. I'm glad I did it. Levels feel more contained now. So, I'm going to change the grid spawn here too. Yeah, I think I changed that as well. And instead of having the zone there, I just have increment. Wait, what? I thought I was using this somewhere, but I'm not. They just changed this one thing here with the map floor. The spawn area 1. Not even using increment. Interesting. That's weird. Anyway, for the map width, no seems like you can change that, so... Actually... trying to improve the other code here. I say that right? At least how much faster this game's getting stuff done on it. There's a lot of balancing you need to do, but fixing this particular plugin is not a bad idea either. This is 52 views. Wow, I'm just losing views. Oh no. Okay, so on building the levels, I think x equal. I guess I'll move it to 10 now. No, don't let. Just I think x equal to 10. I think y equal to about 5, I guess. It'll put it farther out, but it'll be fine. And then look at x. Look at y. I'm gonna have to move this a bunch of times, so I might as well copy paste this over and over. Alright, so that's a thing. My average view duration goes up every time it removes total views. That's pretty fun. Same watch time, so that's good. I think once I get it replaced, I'm gonna bounce for the night. Still too far. Also, the player starting locations needs to be better. Portal setup. Huh. I guess I'll keep moving her down. I'll figure out where I'm setting the player's position. Somewhere weird. Guess I'll put her farther out and see how far out I can go. Huh. That's almost good enough. What if I move it over, I think 2, and then up 1? Where does that put it? Also, location? How am I defining the player's location to be at where it is? Huh. That's a good question. I have no idea. Also, everything's way more compressed, so now it's more obnoxious. Combat's on. It does those things here. Player stuff doesn't do anything necessary. It just sets those. I'm setting it there. Where did she spawn at exactly? 12, 9. So I put it at like 8 and then 12. It says 51 views. It's literally losing views as I do this. That sucks. Made me feel all cool I had all those views, but I guess some were just people coming back, so. Alright, well, I like this setup. I'll need to make it more detailed later, but you know what? I think that's good enough. All that I have left to fix now is, well, one, I want to make this a little cooler, so let's add this to things here. Things to add, improve order code, use more events. Okay, so I fixed that. I also fixed the code for all the player abilities, so that's good. I fixed a bunch of other enemies too, but I forgot what they were. Whatever. Projectiles no longer get stuck at the side of the map. That's important. There's the button confidence triggering forever, which does need to be fixed. But that might be his plugin. I might not actually have an easy way to fix that. I'm going to probably have to break into the plugin and deal with it. Other than that, I need to basically set up some goals and balance. And then I think I'm good to go for the prototype. Huh. This is getting done really fast. Anyway, after what is probably the most successful streaming night I've had, with concurrence getting as high as 6 at a brief moment. But hey, it used to be the highest I have was 3, so 6 is, we're doubling, that's pretty good. And yeah, I mean, watch time seems not the literal best, but better than a lot of things. There's definitely an improvement for someone who's been streaming. I guess I have been streaming for a month now. That's pretty good. I wasn't advertising as much as I could have, and now that I'm advertising a little more to one new location, I can already see a big difference. I just imagine if I streamed at a normal portion time or during the weekend. Yeah. Something to think about. Anyway, I will be back. Probably, he goes to work then, so I won't have the internet available to me until... It'll probably be Tuesday at 1 a.m. is what happens. They'll start, because it's my Monday night, but I don't get to start streaming till then. Yeah. And basically 2 days from now I'll be back, so... In the meantime, I'm going to put up tutorials for, or I'll take the tutorials I put in 2 of the videos for this, or 2 of the streams for this week, and put them up on the forums so people can, you know, take a look at them. And other than that, I'm going to eventually make a tutorial for my visuals plugin that I've been using, and then the message plugin as well, and then I'll make a page for them so they can have, you know, somewhere you can get them and use them. Anyway, to anyone who's reached this point, thanks for watching. This is Imagine a Villain signing out. Have a wonderful morning, day, evening, or whatever it is for you. See ya.